Hello, dear students. Welcome back to our news channel. Students, today we have two news articles. Okay, so in the first one, students, Gyan Bharatam mission to ink pact with institutes. Imagine, students, you find an old scroll in your school library, and that scroll is written hundreds of years ago. It's full of wisdom about stars, medicine, or art. Now, that would be fascinating, है ना? तो इंडिया के पास स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे बहुत सारे ऐसे मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स हैं। मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स मतलब दे आर रिटन ऑन पाम लीव्स, हैंडमेड पेपर, और इवन ट्री बार्क इन लैंग्वेजेस लाइक संस्कृत, तमिल, पर्शियन, पाली। ऐसे बहुत सारे इंडिया के पास मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट है, क्योंकि जो पुराने टाइम पे जो लोग थे वो ऐसे मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स उन्होंने उन्होंने वो लिखते थे। But students, the problem is many of these manuscripts are fading, they are breaking, or they're getting lost. And that's where the Gyan Bharatam mission steps in. So, what is this mission? This is a new initiative by the Culture Ministry. Culture Ministry. And it's a part of our government that looks after art, history, and heritage. And its main goal is to identify and you know preserve and digitize the India's manuscript heritage. So in simple words, it wants to find old written handwritten books, handwritten works, and protect them from damage by making them available online for the world to see. ओके, तो उसको अवेलेबल कैसे कराएंगे वो, कि जो भी उसको जो भी होगा सामान, जो भी इन्हें मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट मिलेंगे, उसको ऑर्गेनाइज करेंगे, उसको डिजिटाइज करेंगे ताकि सारे लोग उसको देख सके। अब इसको स्टार्ट करने के लिए कल्चर मिनिस्ट्री ने क्या किया है? कल्चर मिनिस्ट्री हैज साइंड MOUs, memorandums of understanding, with 20 institutes across India. So students, an MOU is like a friendly agreement between two groups to work together on a common goal. Okay, later 30 more institutes will join, and this will make it a nationwide effort. And some of these institutes include जैसे एशियाटिक सोसाइटी कोलकाता, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ कश्मीर श्रीनगर, हिंदी साहित्य सम्मेलन प्रयागराज, गवर्नमेंट ओरिएंटल मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट लाइब्रेरी चेन्नई. So these places have already been keeping old manuscripts safely, and now they will get government support to do even better. Okay, अब ये जो मिशन है इसका काम क्या है? That it will create national digital repository. It's a big online library that stores all the digitized manuscripts. So this means anyone from a student in Delhi to a researcher in Japan, they can see India's ancient writings safely online. So even if the physical copy gets old or torn, the digital versions will live forever. है ना? तो ये बहुत अच्छी बात है. अब इस काम को स्मूथ बनाने के लिए इंस्टीट्यूट्स को दो टाइप में डिवाइड किया गया है. फर्स्ट इज Yes, first is the cluster center. Cluster center. Now, these will manage their own manuscripts and help nearby partner institutes. Then there is independent. Okay. There also is independent centers. Now, these will take care of only their own collections. So together they'll handle everything from surveying, cataloging, conserving, digitizing, सब कुछ ये खुद करेंगे. ठीक है, और ट्रांसलेट भी करेंगे उस पे. So each center will also create a special Gyan Bharatam cell. Gyan Bharatam cell. It's basically a small team that ensures communication, progress, and coordination with the main mission office. Okay? गवर्नमेंट भी फंड प्रोवाइड कराएगा. यहाँ पे लिखा है 70% at the beginning to start the work and 30% later after progress reports and जो सारा जो उन्हें प्रूफ वगैरह मिल जाएगा उसके बाद. तो इससे क्या होगा? इट एंश्योर्स अकाउंटेबिलिटी एंड प्रॉपर यूसेज ऑफ मनी. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, यू माइट बी थिंकिंग व्हाई इज दिस मिशन इंपॉर्टेंट? स्टूडेंट्स, India's ancient manuscripts are not just old books. They are basically treasures of knowledge. They talk about science and astronomy, मेडिसिन, योगा, ग्रामर, पोएट्री, आर्ट, हिस्ट्री, लॉ, फिलोसफी। तो अगर हम इनको प्रिजर्व करेंगे तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं? हम बुक्स को प्रिजर्व नहीं कर रहे हैं, वी आर प्रोटेक्टिंग आवर आइडेंटिटी, वी आर शेयरिंग इंडियाज विजडम विद द वर्ल्ड. So Gyan Bharatam isn't just about saving papers, it's about saving centuries of human thought. Okay, so that is why mission like this, initiative like this is quite significant. Now students, let's go to the second articles of the day. Yes, second article. तो क्या है? India's largest hydropower project begins test run signaling its commission. Now, in the mighty mountains of Arunachal and Assam, there's a powerful river called Subhasiri flows. And right there stands one of India's biggest energy dreams, Subhasiri Lower Hydroelectric Project. So what's happening now? Recently, one of the 8 units of this huge dam, 250 megawatt, has started its test run. This test run means engineers are checking if everything works perfectly before the project officially begins generating, electricity. तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट मोमेंट है, क्योंकि ये किसका स्टार्ट है? It is the beginning of India's largest hydropower project's commissioning. Now, how big is this project? Students, the Subhasiri Lower project produces a total of 2000 megawatt of power. So that's enough to light up millions of homes. And it has 8 units. इसके पास एक यूनिट 8 यूनिट्स हैं, 8 यूनिट्स है, और जो हर एक यूनिट है वो 250 मेगावाट की है. Okay, so right now 4 of these units are ready for testing, and soon 2 will start generating real electricity. Okay, तो इस प्रोजेक्ट की शुरुआत कहाँ से हुई थी स्टूडेंट्स? द प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्टेड इन द ईयर 2005 January at a place called Gerukamukh, and it's located right on the border bit of Arunachal and Assam. But in 2011, work stopped because of protests and environmental concerns. And people basically in Assam, they were worried that the dam might cause flooding, or it might, affect the ecosystem of river. So for several years, work remained suspended. Then in October 2019, Prime Minister's push, Prime Minister's office pushed for its completion with stronger safety and environmental measures added. So that is how it that is how it resumed. Now, students, question is, why is the test run important? Students, a test run, or what engineers call wet commissioning, it checks whether the turbines and machines can handle water flow correctly. तो इस स्टेज पर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नहीं जनरेट होता है. इस स्टेज पर वो क्या चेक करते हैं? सेफ्टी, प्रिसीशन. ओके, तो टेस्ट रन में ये चेक होता है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नहीं प्रोड्यूस करते, वो सेफ्टी वगैरह चेक करते हैं. So once the system pass these tests, the project can officially start producing power for the country. Okay, and students, ये काफी बड़ी बात है इंडिया के लिए. और जैसे NHPC चेयरमैन है, उन्होंने ये भी कहा कि इट्स मोर देन जस्ट अ माइलस्टोन, इट्स अ शाइनिंग टेस्टामेंट, इट्स अ स्टेप टुवर्ड्स इंडियाज सेल्फ रिलायंट एनर्जी फ्यूचर. ओके, सो व्हाई डज इट मैटर फॉर इंडिया? स्टूडेंट्स, आपको समझ में आ जाना चाहिए अभी तक कि हाइड्रो पावर इज वन ऑफ द क्लीनेस्ट सोर्सेस ऑफ एनर्जी. अब अभी हमें एनर्जी कहाँ से प्रोड्यूस होता है? कोल से, ऑयल से. तो कोल और ऑयल क्या करता है? इट प्रोड्यूसेस लॉट्स ऑफ स्मोक एंड हार्मफुल गैसेस. ओके, hydroelectricity on the other hand, it doesn't produce smoke or greenhouse gas. So by using the powers of river, India can produce renewable energy It can reduce pollution. And see, ये क्योंकि project है, ये mountain area में है, so this will also create jobs in mountain regions. Okay. So the Subhasini project will also help improve electricity supply in Northeast India, and this will make the region stronger and more connected. Okay. So students, that's it for today. And until next time, students, keep learning, keep questioning, and students, keep believing in the power of knowledge, both old and new. Bye bye.